Hey guys, welcome to another episode. My name is Steffie from Bachata Passion, and I'm super excited because today we're going to talk about showtime. A big part of how we got our hobby to a business was through our bachata shows because they helped us travel and gain some more publicity and recognition for our work as Bachata Passion. So I'm excited about today. If you are as well, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about this topic. I look forward to connecting with you. So let's get started. Last week we talked about how we create a show, so the whole process that goes behind creating a show, making the choreography, from picking the song, everything that leads up to this one moment of showtime. And I already named it last time, it's a roller coaster of emotions. That's because when we perform, sometimes it's in front of a small stage, sometimes it's in front of a lot of people, and international stages. We've done it all, and I cannot say I have a favorite. I don't mind if it's in front of a few, like an more intimate show, or whether it's a really big audience. It's different, and I like both of them. But I love performing, and I miss it so much right now. But yeah, so today we're going to talk about showtime. Showtime. Those 2.5, 3 minutes that you give it your all. You worked so hard for it because, as we said last time, you practice to get it good, to get it right. And then you just hope that the show is going to live up to everyone's and especially your expectations, because that's that part of that roller coaster. So you have to imagine that we're working months towards a show of 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes, and we travel to perform, and we drive for a few hours, or we travel to different countries just for that performance and for some workshops, but also for that performance. It's like the highlight of the weekend. But what makes it so special? Well, for me, it's that closure of that process. So you've worked so hard for something, and it's really nice to show that to people, but also for myself to see like how far I got, like how I'm starting to get even further every time. And it took me a while to really start enjoying the shows, because in the beginning it was more the challenge and seeing if we could do this. But I think the last years, we've been doing this for 8 years, the last years I've really started to enjoy my time on stage, enjoy like the actual moment, and not just afterwards, but really enjoy being there. I can see everything that's happening. I can really live it, like that moment. But it took me a while. Something that I'm still not good at is looking at the videos afterwards. I don't like looking at my own videos, because I always see so many things that I think I could have done better. Or it's good because then I know what I want to work on, but I don't particularly enjoy that part. I love the performing, I love the interaction with the audience, but then looking back at it, no, that's still not one of my favorite. But who knows, it might take me a few more years to get that as well. Now, we have two different roles now with Bachata Passion, because we have 7 teams, right? So we have a lot of different teams. So sometimes I'm performing myself, and sometimes we're coaching. And the nerves when I'm coaching are so much more, because I get so nervous if our student teams or our semi-teams have to perform, because I don't know, I just want everything to go right. I want everything to go as they wish. Like, I know how hard they worked for it. I know they put everything into it and how nervous they get. And then when it's there, that moment, I just hope that they're able to give it their all, because a show is a snapshot, like it's a one moment. You can practice a lot, but that one moment is, you just hope that everything matches up. Like, you can have a slippery floor, you can have a difficult floor, you can have a little blackout where you forget the moves. You can slip hands and then you have to catch up. You can slip with your feet and then you have to catch up. You can maybe go wrong in some part, or like some things, a lot of things can happen. And especially in a team, things can happen around you that you then have to solve in that moment, because the show must go on. So it's never a guarantee. Like, yes, practice helps, of course, but it's never a guarantee. And I think that's part of that adrenaline rush of a show. And when we're coaching, then I really just hope that it's gonna go well, because it's out of my hands. Like if I'm performing myself, if something goes wrong, it's on me. Yeah, but if something goes wrong for them, like I feel so bad, because not because I expect more of them, but because I know that they would love it to go well. So I always get really nervous if I watch the teams, but I love it. Especially because you know the whole process that they made. I love watching them perform. I love seeing the growth that they make as dancers and as performers. And especially because you know the parts that they find tricky, then when it gets to that part and they nail it, I love it. It gives me a lot of energy. And then when we're performing ourselves, like I said, it's a snapshot. So you just hope that everything lines up and that it turns out really well. But what we do to make sure that the shows go the best we can is, like I said last time as well, we practice. So a lot of practice repetition, that it's like in muscle memory. Like my body just knows how to dance the show. Even if this connection doesn't work anymore, it's like automatic reaction. The muscle memory with the song are just like connected. And it takes a lot of practice. But that's my comfort zone. If I know I've done it over and over and over again, that helps. And then I try to visualize before the shows, because you've repeated it, like you've practiced it over and over. But if I know the places where we're gonna perform, like I know the location, I know how the stage is, I know how everything is set up, then I try to visualize it, and I can dance it in my head. So I can visualize walking on stage, starting, I even like the leaving the stage, and then knowing how I feel in that moment, that it all went well. And that helps me, because then when it's showtime, I know I've done this before, right? We can do this. We've done this. It's gonna go well, and let's just do it. So that helps me. And then the second or the third thing is actually that the teamwork. So it's just together. Like I love that when we're there with the team, it gives me the comfort, because I know that if something happens, we always have each other's back. If somebody messes up, we make sure we get back into it together. If something happens, we give each other the energy to continue, and we're just there together. Like we watch each other, and we're one. And it's that like connection and that adrenaline that really, for me, makes showtime so like really something I look forward to and I enjoy doing. So it's the repetition, visualizing it, and then the teamwork and making sure that I know I can like count on them 100%, like anytime. So these three things are what makes me comfortable on stage and what helps me a lot in that getting from practice to actual like showtime. And then there's the day of the show. Showtime, show day. Like we know we're going to perform that evening. I know there's a lot of teams that on the day of the show still have like rough practices and they kill it in one more practice. We usually don't do that. Like we don't like to practice that much on the day of the performance. We want to rely on the practices that we did before. We want to rely on that we know it, the repetition and everything. So we prefer to take that day to rest a little bit more, to make sure that we're mentally prepared for the show instead of like killing it even more in practice, because we believe we've already done that before. So we know that rehearsing, of course we rehearse. Rehearsing is always good, but not like full on practice. Just going through it, knowing where we are, knowing that we're all focused, and then that. And then just before the show, we do that with all the teams. Just before the show, we always make a circle. We make sure that everyone's focused on the same thing. We end with a yell, and then it's showtime. It's game time. Yeah, so those are like the way we work towards the show. And then there's the actual show. And like I said, I cannot even count how many times we performed. We perform here in the Netherlands. We're super grateful that performing also brought us to amazing places around the world to show our passion. And yeah, there's so many memories and so many things we went through, really good ones and some really like scary bad ones as well. But that together makes us the show dancers that we are today. So yeah, I'm curious, for the next one, for the next blog and the next videocast, is there anything you want to hear, want to know, or want to just know more about our shows or experiences and everything we've had so far? We've traveled a lot. We've been through a lot of things as a team and as a couple together with these shows. So let me know what you would like to hear more about. Comment it below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to hear more about, and then I'll make sure to answer it in the next video cast. I hope this gave you a little bit more of a behind the scene glimpse of our shows. And I look forward to seeing you back next week. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. My name is Steffie from Bachata Passion, and I recommend you to watch the videos on this site because they're exactly the content that you're going to want to watch next. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, comment below, and like this video. Let us know what you thought so that we can unite online and keep spreading that passion.